Hi and welcome to my channel. It's Rebecca, also known as 4Kids at 147, and today I'm going to kit up the biggest picture that I got from HumFun to showcase different sizes, a bit like I did with Alice, but on a milder image that I hope will still show some clarity in the sizes. I'm going to start with the biggest because as keen as I am to start with the smallest, I also have visions of me thinking, oh yeah, I've got 3 of them done, and slowing down on actually completing them. And then of course when I get to the big one, it's going to take a lot of time, and I want to be able to show you guys what they look like finished. So I'm going to start by eating the frog, which is the big one, as they say. Now, I'm going to use my sticker maker, and I'm also going to use this new storage that I picked up from Amazon. So it's like, it's bead storage. It's little clip pots. But I thought the case was quite cute and quite small. Now, this has 34 colours, and I actually have 34 of the bigger ones. So I think I'm just going to use those and not mess about with the small. I could, because there are some that I only have 1 packet of, and there are some that I have nearer 37 packets of. But for the purposes of this, I think it will just look neater if I use these ones. And then what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to put my spares, this is from me just doing an unboxing on it. I'm going to take those out because I do keep all my sort of tweezers and extra bits and pieces I kept in my little mini Raskog cart. But I'm going to use these for holding the spare diamonds, because I know I won't fit 37 bags in one of these. We're going to find out how many, but I know it won't be 37. So because of that, any spare bags that I have, I'm just going to pop into these bigger boxes, and they can just sit there until I need them, and the whole thing will be contained. I can even pop this image on the front of the box so I know what it is. I'm kind of liking this kind of storage. I still love my pots, don't get me wrong, but I am quite excited to see what this is like. So because I don't need to check up, though having said that, I haven't actually done inventory on this painting. Maybe I should do the inventory first. I haven't actually done any inventory since this has arrived because I got a bit excited. So let me get a pen. So 9 through 9 is 29, so that's 10, 25. Where's the rest? There, 6, 7, 8, 9, 29. There's diamonds everywhere. 819. 819, 5. That, let's put them over this way. 803, 1. 3747, 6. You're getting a longer one out of me now because I'm actually checking it off. 2, 4, 6, 7. Oh, I've actually got an extra because I only needed 6. So 813, I'm just going to put a little +1. 2, 4, 6. 823. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 9, 9, 6, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 10. 7, 9, 8, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 17. Yup. I'm going to keep that one about because I'm going to use that one, I think. In fact, no, I'm going to use the 820s to test because they're in small bags and they're the ones I've got the most of. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 of 799. 1, 5, 5, 3. 3, 8, 4, 6, 1. 3, 8, 3, 8, 2, 4, 6. 550, 3, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 of 827. I thought I didn't have it on my sheet then. 826. I've got 6. 517, 2, 413, 4, and 318, 3, 340. I've got 6, 154, 2, 158, 3, 2082 and 2092. 3041, oops, 797, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15, 797, 518, 1, 310. So this one is in the bigger bags, so they're bigger than this, so they're equal to 5. So that's 10, 20, and then I have 2 here, 22. 210, 2, 4, 6, 8. Yep. What's the next one? 775. I've not got many diamonds left now, so it's easier to do it down the list. 6, 792, 4, 820, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 37. Yes, and I'm going to do that one first because I want to test how many bags we can fit in here. Oh, what's next? Where are we? Here. 3042, 2 of them. And then 3865, 9. So that's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so we do have all the diamonds. In fact, we have an extra bag. That's fine, they can all go in anyway. Let's get those over that side of the workspace, and let's trim this down so that I can put this through my sticker maker, because I like the way they look when I have the true symbol. So the symbol actually done by the manufacturer, exactly the same symbol that is on the canvas, and I like it when I have the same ones on my storage. I think that's another reason I like ordering from Home Fun, because they do that for me. Okay, so those bits are cut off, and then I'm going to cut off the bits at the top and the bottom because I don't want to waste my sticker maker paper. And using a Xyron sticker maker, gifted to me by an absolutely awesome subscriber, and it is well loved, and we'll pop that through and rip that off. And I'm still on the first roll of tape, people, and you know I've had this for a while. So we'll rub that down. Actually got it to go in the sticker maker straight. Bonus. And then by peeling off this top coating, it takes any sticky that isn't already on the back of the stickers out of my way. There we go. Now what I'm also going to do is, when I was hunting for something for my daughter the other day, I found my old pop-up bin. This is by a scrapbooking manufacturer, Making Memories. They are no more, unfortunately, because I did lose this bin once, and I tried my hardest to find another one and I couldn't. So if anybody knows of anybody that now makes a bin like this, so it just folds down, just pops back up, it's got a hard base in the bottom, they're awesome. So I'm actually going to use that to store all my rubbish, because I'm going to have a lot of rubbish. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut down the line of each, but I'm not going all the way through the sticker sheet, because otherwise I'm just going to have a load of little bits flying about. So how many have I done? I'm going to do them in 8s. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then on the 8th, I'm just going to cut all the way through, because for the big ones, they go 8 down. So let's see how these are going to work. Now, I like the fact that these are individual as well. I think I'm just going to try and get them to go in the middle. Now, the middle does dip a little bit, so it does have sort of an angle, and maybe that won't work the best. So maybe I go for the side. In fact, the side works better. So I'm still getting to see my symbol clearly when I'm working on it, and then my DMC number is still as visible as it needs to be for when I dekit. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do this one by hand again, and then I might see if I can do them while they're in the box. Just trying to get that part straight, and then the rest at least has a hope. Oh, that looks pretty. Okay, next one. Can I do this in the box? Because that will just be so much easier. Oh, look at this. Pretty. And then I can always move them about if I need to. You know, if I want to change it up so that I'm looking at it according to the symbol, which HonFun also uses mainly letters and numbers with the odd, you know, sort of symbol that's available on the keyring, on the keyboard. Monetary symbols quite a lot. So I have a euro sign, I have a yen sign, I then have a number sign, so the number or hashtag symbol. Then I have a plus symbol. Oh, that one went a bit crooked. It's just neaten that up just for the sake of my new pretty box looking pretty. I'm not sure if you can see that because it is clear on clear, but of course it will get a lot easier to see when there's diamonds in it. So next lot, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 8. And I'm just going to repeat the process until they're all stuck down first off, rather than hunting through the diamonds to find which ones go in which box. It will be a lot easier to stick all the stickers on and then figure out, you know, where that numbered box is. And hold of them. Well, there's my yen symbol, or at least I think it's the symbol for yen. I could be wrong. Whole mixture. Got some, most of them are letters and numbers. So that's the next 8 done. Oh, it's looking pretty, people. I like it when my storage looks pretty. So 1, 2, oh, did that cut all the way through? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 8. And then I'm just going to move over to this side. Say I am going to ignore the small ones on this one because it's actually exactly the right number that I need just doing the big boxes for this painting. I may, the next size down in this painting has 39 colours. So what I might do for the next painting is, depending on how well this storage goes, so this is of course guaranteed on this storage being good and not spilling diamonds everywhere and driving me up the wall, I might use the same storage, but because it's 39, I'll need to use some of these smaller ones. So I may use the smaller ones for some of the paint, some of the colours that I only have 1 or 2 packets of, and see how that works for me. But I do like the idea of this being able to contain not only the diamonds, but also the extras. Or maybe if you have a diamond painting that has 35 or 36 colours, but one of them you have loads, you could potentially throw all of one colour into there. So I could do it with those 823s. Is it 823? I can't even see the colour. They're one of 800s that I've got loads of. I could throw them all into one of those. But I like the fact that this is pleasing to the eye. And this is actually looking like it has more. 2, 4, 6, 8. Oh, do you know what? My brain has not done the maths right, have it? That is 36. So I have 2 extras. Somebody didn't think this through. Okay, so I'm going to line these up on the paper. So 3, 8, 4, 6 I only have one of. So I am going to have to use the small boxes. So 3, 8, 4, 6 that I only have one of, I'm going to put in a small box because I've only got one packet. And then, what's the next one? 3042, I only have 2 of. So that's also going to go in a small one. Ooh, I bet people were shouting at the screen. But it's okay, I've saved it before. Luckily, some of the colours that I only had low number packets of were near the end. So we're okay. We'll pretend that didn't happen. I thought it looked like I was cutting a few more than the normal. I can't do math. I cannot do math anymore. Hang on. Yeah, it's 32, isn't it? 4 times 8 is 32, not 34. Silly woman. But we're okay. It's all still matched up. I've just got 2 extra pots down here, and I've kept them to this side because they're in the 3000s. Though, I say, I may end up mixing it up according to the symbols in the future, but pretty nonetheless. Good job I kept hold of my little bits of paper. In fact, I want to cut that out later and put that on my case. But let's see how many fits. That's what I'm interested in. So 820 is the colour that I have the most of. So that is 5. Now, quite often I like to cut these in groups of 2, and that is purely for speed. So that's got 2 in there. Now, these are easier to tip into than the pots, though I can imagine they could make a bit more mess if you knock them everywhere. So we'll have to be careful on what I feel is sort of a nice amount. If you shake them too much, they are going to fall out. Okay, so that was 5. I think we're going to be perfectly fine getting another 5 in. And then we'll see where we're up to. They do look pretty when they're open though. Now, I do work with quite a big tray for my diamonds. When I don't tend to work with the smaller white or green trays. So I do think tipping in and out of these isn't going to be too much of an issue. But I think 10 might be my magic number without me panicking that they're going to go everywhere. Okay. So that has 10 in it, and to sort of try and show you, it does have room for a couple more. I could get a couple more packs in there. but I am thinking that 10 is probably a nice size to start with, especially when I don't quite know how this works. I'll see, look. Okay, we're already hitting a snag because I've just lost 2 diamonds in here because the lid bows a little bit. That's not good. Let's see if I can bow it back, because it'd be rather disappointing if I can't use it from the minute I've got it, because the diamonds come out the sides. You see? The sides got a little bow. Now, I know this is for beads, but some beads are as small as diamonds. So I would have thought, because when I used it for scrapbooking, I was using it for smaller embellishments, and none of them would have fit through this anyway. Okay, that does not want to stay down enough. This might be a bust, people. It might be a bust before I've even started. Yeah, I've just lost a load more. Okay. Need to rethink, because those diamonds are just going to keep falling out. And I do not want to deal with a sea of diamonds. But they're just going to keep falling out the tubs. And some of them are better than others, but some of them are worse. I'm not even sure if you can see that one. That one's bowed even worse than this one is. Whereas some of them are quite flat, but there's no actual, they don't actually clip around the sides. So that's a bust. We put those back in the order, because I'm going to have to now transfer these stickers to something else. And I don't know what other storage I'm going to use. So I'm going to go and have a rethink. And this might just be a little bit of an extra long kitting up. Okay, so this storage case has one thing going for it. My stickers come off it without leaving any residue and allow them to be stuck somewhere else. So I've now moved to a 42 bottle case. Definitely confirmed as my favourite type of storage for diamond paintings is these round bottle ones. I think if you're going to choose any, choose these. They hold a fair amount of diamonds. They allow you to leave one out so that you don't forget what symbol you're doing. And they don't leak. So I've moved all the stickers apart from the one that was on the 820 because that's kind of boring footage. And it gave me a chance to reset and chill. So we have a tub for the 820. I'm going to use my funnel to move the 820s into here, just because it is going from what I thought would be a nice flat one. Oh, and they're not all going to fit in, are they? I think that's too high. Let me get my big white tray as my emergency tray, should they not fit. No, they're not going to fit. It's not as... Okay, so they don't fit as many diamonds. However, they don't leak. So I'm all for that. And I can't remember, was it 10 packets that I put in? And I think it's only 6 that fit in these, which is like 1,200 diamonds, which is plenty. So what we'll do is, I've got circle stickers and stuff in with these. Let me find a black pen, hopefully one that won't smudge. And I'm just going to put 820 on it. Because normally, unless there's only like 2 colours that, you know, are left over, I normally don't tend to put them into like an extra tub and put them in the back. I can see the benefit of it. So I can see that there's a big benefit in the fact that all your packs are cut open and everything is done and dusted. And I have a few spares here, so I may decide that on this one I'm going to do it. But I'm going to see how many spares I've got first, because 820, I've still got kind of a lot. What I do like to use is these little A6 mesh bags. Though I don't even know if that's going to be big enough for this painting, because this painting is so big. But I like to put them in the bag before I put them in the storage case, just because I tend to have this on the side where that lid can flop down, and if the lid flops down and it falls out, it's all contained when it falls out. But we'll see how we go. You know, never say never. Though on that bead storage case, I'm now saying never. Okay, so I'm going with 6. So let's confirm that. Let's go for 3865. And let's tip this in. Let's use the funnel. Let's behave ourselves. So this is equivalent to 5 bags. I can get that open. So that's equivalent to 5, and that's getting pretty full. So let's put in a 6th and let's see where we're up to. I'll probably fit another one in there actually. Sometimes it does vary from, you know, bag to bag or colour to colour. Sometimes the amount that you can fit in can vary ever so slightly. And I would potentially fit another one in there, but I do like some room to be able to tip them out. So I'm going to class those as spares. What have we got next? 792. So we've got 792. Let's keep using the funnel for now, though I might get bored of it and just try tipping them in straight. But the funnel can help to corral those diamonds, and it does fold down quite small. Especially when you've not cut the bags properly either. It can help you give it a shake and a rattle and a roll. Get all my little bits thrown into my bin in the back. So that's 792, done and dusted. Okay, 827, this is another one that's longer. So we're going to go with 6, and we're going to see then whether we reckon we can fit a 7th in when these are all small bags rather than having some of the big bags. So we've got in 2. I think sometimes I might fit 8 in actually. See, I do all this counting and then I forget how many fit in when it comes to the next time I need to kit something up. Two more for 6. So that's 6. Oh yes, I should fit a couple more in there. Let's put one more in so we're back at 7 that we had before and just judge what it looks like. Okay, so I will fit 8 in. However, I think 7 is a nicer amount. I think if I only have 8 bags of something, I'll squeeze the extra bag in. But otherwise, I'm going with 7. So I'm going to go for 7 of those, and I'm going to pop the spares straight into that bag. 799. Try and find it. I'm wondering if I can just cut it straight across and then make it tip in. Oh, I can when I've got the funnel. That might be easier. I'm struggling. Just cut. It's longer to cut, but it's easier to handle than trying to push the diamonds down so that you can cut across the line. Sort of use the scissors to nudge them out the way. And then one more for 7. knock them out of the funnel. Funnel upside down always helps if you do end up with a rogue diamond. It won't end up in your next pile of diamonds. So 7, 9, 8, 2, 4, 6, 7. And let's put those in as spares. Maybe I will do this when I check off the inventory. So I've just done the video unboxing all of these as I'm doing the video shortly afterwards of kitting the first one up. But I haven't checked the diamonds off on all of them yet. What I might do when I check the diamonds off, any that I have more than 7 of, I might put into a small bag and then put it inside the bigger bag so that next time we kit up, it's even easier. Because I think I'm just going to use this storage case for all of these, bar maybe the couple of smaller ones that don't have anywhere near, oh, made a mess of that, didn't I, that don't have anywhere near 42 colours in. So the smallest one has 14 colours, so there is no point in using a case that has 42. But I think I'm still going to be putting them in some form of bottle storage. Oh, I missed one. I try to vary up some of the storage that I use for, you know, different videos, kitting up videos for a bit of variety. But I like what I like, and I don't think that's necessarily wrong. So what I think I'm going to do is any storage that I don't like for whatever reason, I'm just going to tell you guys the reason I don't like it, and I'm just going to stop using it. Because diamond painting is supposed to be enjoyable, and I think we all find a kind of storage that we like and that works for us. And I don't think we should necessarily change that, and I think it might free up some space in my craft room if I pass on the storage that is not working for me and keep to the storage that is. Oh, we've got a little bit of static in these. They're just sticking inside the funnel, but they're all gone. Oh, there's one in there though. Ah, done. And that'll calm down by the time I come to use it. Okay, 310. So we do have big ones of 310. So let's do the big one, and then we'll see if we can get the small ones in. And then whenever I fill it up, I'll just be filling it up with a big bag each time. Because they're also easier to store in the extras. So this, in effect, that is 5. Oh, we figured 7 anyway, didn't we? Well, that's even better. I know I got 8 in with the white ones, but we'll get 7 in with those, and then whenever they run out, I will just put one big pack in and leave it at that. I keep throwing the spares in here until it gets too full, though my battery is running out on my camera. So I think I need to change that while I've noticed, and then we'll move on to 797. 2, 4, 6, 7 of them. Get rid of the spares. Try and squeeze the spares in there. Might have to go to a bigger bag or 2 small ones. Let me change my battery. Okay, battery's been changed. I do apologise though, I have lost footage of kitting up a couple. I looked up at my camera to check whether my memory card was still coping, because I expected that to get full at some point. However, I was hoping it would get through the rest of the video and it said there was a memory card error. So I have lost kitting up a few, but I do think I know what I talked about, so I'll just repeat myself, but it'll be the first time you guys hear it. So for those that don't know, I do have a website now, which is linked in the descriptions below, and it'll be linked in every description since it went live. And it has, if you go to my website, which is 4kids@147.com, you will find in the top bar, you will find a bar called Diamond Painting Videos. And in that I have sections for different topics that have been covered. Because while I have playlists on YouTube, I do recognise that if you are after learning about a certain thing, it is not the easiest to try and find that video. Even for me that's done them, it is not always the easiest to find, because, you know, sometimes that keyword is not in the title. That's maybe the way I remember it. I don't remember sometimes what I title them. So yeah, it can be tricky to find certain videos on topics that I've done. So I've created the website primarily, and it will grow over time, but primarily to be able to point you to certain videos and let you find topics that you may be interested in. So this painting that I'm kitting up is one of 5 that I got of exactly the same image. So it's this image, and I've got 5 of them. This size is the biggest that I got in a 60 by 50, but I got them all the way down to a 20 by 15. And the idea is to show, you know, what a painting looks like in different sizes. And this isn't the first time I've done it. So the first time I did, you know, a size comparison was on a very, very busy painting of Alice in Wonderland. And I did that one in 4 different sizes, going to probably twice the size of this. I can't remember the exact size off the top of my head. And showing you, you know, how to work with a very, very busy picture. Because quite often I do see that some people that like to start diamond painting like to pick, you know, maybe a Disney picture with a lot of Disney characters in it as their first one to do. And then they have the disappointment that it doesn't look the way they want it to, because it is very busy and you're putting it into a diamond painting which pixelates it a lot. So that's why I did that painting first. But there has also been interest in, you know, the clarity of a less busy painting. So I got this painting with the idea that it has, you know, the moon and the tree and the shadows of things for you to be able to see. And the bigger you go, the better you can make them out and how much nicer they look. So if you're interested in my unboxing / comparison of the canvases, these canvases prior to any diamonds being stuck on it, then do go to my website under the heading Diamond Painting Videos, and then there is a section called What Size. If you go in there, you will find a link to my unboxing / comparison, and you can see what painting it is that I'm kitting up. In that section, you can also find my unboxing, my comparison, and my completed for the Alice in Wonderland paintings. So you can see what they look like in multiple different sizes. You can also find a video I did where I did 6 or 7 I think, canvases in the smallest size, 20 by 15, that actually did work as a 20 by 15 if you want to be able to do some diamond paintings that are a lot smaller. You can find those there. So do check out the website in the link below. There are loads of other categories. So there are videos on storage, there's videos on hints and tips, there's a few beginners videos, and they're all videos that I have on my YouTube channel. They are all available on my YouTube channel. They can just be hard to find because playlists are, you know, while they're great, and I do have playlists for things like unboxings and whip and chats, you know, and preparations and de-kittings, depending on what type of video you fancy watching. It doesn't sometimes help you to find those videos that are a little bit more helpful. While I have tips and tricks in pretty much most of them, I will just chatter away, and quite often I will, you know, give hints and tips on preparing a big canvas when I'm kitting a big canvas up, and I will chat about all sorts. Sometimes you are looking for something in particular, or you're looking for a video that I mention maybe in another video, and that's where you'll find them. So go to 4kids@147, so the number 4, kids at, and then the number 147.com. It is linked below, so if you're on a mobile or a tablet, just click on the little arrow under the video and it will give you the description. There is a link in there. And have a look under diamond paintings, what size, and there's a few different videos on what size of diamond painting there. There's a few more categories as well. So I've got things like off the canvas, I've got storage, I've got how I store my spare diamonds when I've finished a diamond painting. I've created a system that seems to work, well, works perfectly for me and seems to work for a lot of other people as well. I've done 3 videos on it in total. When I first set it up, when I expanded it because I needed more photo boxes, and when I made it pretty, all 3 of those videos are in there. They're also all the sizes for my spare diamonds. The size of the baggies and stuff that I use is also all on there. So it saves you having to re-watch the video, unless you want to, of course, by all means you can. I have a very popular video that I made a couple of years ago now, which is tools, diamond painting tools, needs versus wants. That's in there. I may try and do another one of those soon. You know, maybe a bit more of an up-to-date, showing a few more tools that are out and about. There's loads of ideas that I'm thinking of putting up there and linking to, and in turn it has shown me that there is a shortage of some videos that I'm going to try and fill some gaps. So when I am kitting up and such, I may give hints and tips, for example working on a big canvas, and how, you know, to be able to work in a small space but still do a big canvas. I give hints and tips on that in a kitting up, but I don't have a video of it on its own. So I am going to look to fill some of those gaps and make videos purely on hints and tips that I have, that therefore, you know, won't feel as though you have to just sort of find those hints and tips in all the longer videos. And you can have a reference point for whenever you may need it, because you may have heard me discuss dealing with a big canvas in a kitting up, but I don't think I'd remember which kitting up I did it in, never mind you guys. And you know, when you listen to it, it might not have been relevant because you're working on small ones. But when you do come to work on a big one, I want you to be able to find that video again. So do have a look and check it out. By all means, pop any comments down below on ideas of videos, especially if it's something that you've maybe seen me talk or discuss and you know that I can do, but it's not in its own separate video and therefore it's harder to find. Let me know. Okay, for 939, I can fit 7, which means I can fit 1 big one and 2 small ones. But what I think I'm going to do is I think I'm just going to put the 4 small ones in because that gets them out of the way. And then I'm just going to leave the big ones for when I need to top them up. So I'm just going to put the 4 smaller bags. I'm not going to get a big bag in as well. But I might do something different with the diamonds actually when I'm done. Because somebody else did say what they did was they then put the diamonds into baggies. So they still emptied out all the rest, but put them into little grip seal bags. In fact, maybe I should just do that now. Have I got any in here? I have a few. So I have a few bags in here. Most of them are in my Raskog cart. So let me see how this works. So this is the 939, of which I have quite a few. See, I do remember your comments on my videos, but they won't, you know, I can't get them all in. So let's put that pot back and then let's see how they fit into a grip seal bag. Because that would actually be easier to store and easier to fill up than all those small bags. And it will fit into my A6 pouch a lot better as well. Maybe this will be the way forward, people. And then I won't have to deal with any of these baggies when I'm done. They can all just go in the bin. So I'm just cutting off the corner of these big ones. It's just enough to get all the diamonds out. We do have a little bit of static going on, but I tend to find that it's not, these aren't jumping everywhere, so this won't be a problem when I actually work on the diamond painting. Not enough that I'd notice. Okay, that takes up a lot less space. That takes up loads less space. Okay, let me find my labels. So I have a pouch with all my labels. In fact, I have some labels here that I got in some storage that I do not use for general, for paintings that I can't, you know, cut up an inventory sheet. I don't use these. So let's use these for labelling those up. So, okay, I'm going to be doing that from now on. I'll go back over the others in a moment. Let's just get the rest of these diamonds done, and then I will get the rest to fit in one of those A6 pouches. So thank you to whoever commented. I say I do read your comments. I probably replied, but I know it was a video that was a while ago, and I'm sorry I can't remember exactly who it was that said, but very good idea. That takes up loads less space. I'll have to hunt through a lot less bags when it comes to filling them up. And they will tip in a whole load easier. And the only thing I lose is a sticker. But I will not be cutting open a load of bags in the middle of working on this project. Idea adopted. See, this is why you guys that watch are awesome. As well as me giving you ideas, you guys give me ideas of things that you do that make your life easier, and in turn can make my life easier. Okay, so we have still got a few more left. So what have we got? 826. We'll get these in because we've only got 6 of these. And kitting up this mammoth project is nearly done. The biggest one of the lot of them is nearly done. Well, the kitting up side of things is. Might take a bit longer to actually complete it, but I will put up the video when I kit up the next one. There will be a video up. I'm just going to save actually showing what the image is like until the end, and then we can do them all together. Okay, so this one actually has 8. Now 7 is the golden number for these pots. It is the amount that I like that gives them a little bit of breathing room. But as I said earlier, if I've just knocked a few out but it wouldn't cut. If I did get to the point where it was only a matter of 1 bag to squeeze it in, then I would probably squeeze it in. And that's what I'm going to do for this one. I am going to squeeze in the 8 bags, and if they overflow and they don't fit in the pot, then that's fine, because I'm going to put them into a baggie, because that's now the way I'm going to store the extra ones. So let's see how they go. I'm just going to keep going. I've got my tray underneath, so if they, have I cut them enough? No. If they fall out then and fill up the funnel too much, then the tray underneath will catch them. Okay, so that's all of them. Let's pull out the funnel bit by bit, making sure that I get all the bits. Okay, they have all fit, which is what I thought. It's not quite as comfortable a fit as the others, but it's definitely not awful. So let's fill up a 517, and this is definitely going to be a long one now, because not only are we changing storage partway through, we're going to change the way that the excess diamonds go partway through. Okay, 340. We have only got 2 more though, we've only got those after this. So let's get 340 in, because it is warm under these lights today. And I only cut 1 bag deep enough. It's the only thing when they're rather full. Let's try that. See if I manage to get them both. Okay, and then last one. Okay, 340, done and dusted, and then 154, right at the beginning, and that'll help. I've actually got some 820s from when I transferred from one pot to the other. I can move all those over as well. Oh, why didn't I think of that idea when I was dealing with the 820s? Okay, so that is all my pots full. Let's now deal with this bag. Let's deal with the rest of these. So 996. Let's just tip them all into the tray. And write myself a little label before I forget. So 996. Let's make sure I underline that just in case, though there isn't a DMC number for 966, but let's not tempt fate, eh? put all those into a baggie. Put a label on that I'd never use unless it was for something like this. And those two can go in that bag. 820s, I have gazillions. So let's stick with strips of 2, I think. Let's turn the tray sideways to make life easy for myself. And let's just empty them all out. This is the biggest one that I'm going to have. The most amount of any one colour left over. Unless, though the 939s were actually quite a lot as well, weren't they? They just were in bigger bags, so they were a little bit easier to deal with. I might let's do a few more before I tip them into a bag part way through. So I might have to go hunting for my other bags out of my mini Raskog. Another one, and then that's probably about halfway through what I had as spares. So let's grab a baggie. I only have a couple more baggies, and I have more colours than 2. And this is just so that I don't fill up this tray too much to tip them into the bag. The bag can take quite a bit, but I don't want them all to go flying all over my diamond painting. Come on, get down. Okay, let me write 820. Because I also do not want to forget what colour I'm dealing with. Though on the 820s is probably the easiest one to find out because it's the only one I have quite so many of. Turn this back sideways. Make life easier for myself. Deal with all the packaging at the end, but this bin is working well. Because while it is sort of, you know, bumping up a bit, it is keeping it contained, and then I will probably just put all the spare baggies back in the bag that the diamonds came in the first place, and then I can get rid of the whole thing at once, and I'm not going to end up with a load more. Because I did used to keep my spare diamonds, or bags of spare diamonds that were left over. I did used to keep them in the baggies, but I don't anymore. And the reason for that is they take up more space, which is in turn the same reason that these are all getting put into a grip seal bag, because they just take up too much space. And this way I can store all my spare diamonds a lot easier. Okay, that bag is getting very full. So while I have a pot labelled up, I think I may do this one where they go in a bag and in the pot. And I'll just use up the pot first, and once the pot's all gone, then I'll just fill up from the baggie. I could label up another baggie, but it seems a bit pointless when I've already created a label for the pot. Waste not, want not. But going forward, I'm going for this option. I'm going for the option of emptying the baggies and putting them into grip seal bags that are very much reusable. And I know because I use them all the time. Okay, let's fill up this pot first, because this definitely has. So the bag can sort of stretch a little bit. but this pot is definitely limited to a certain amount. So I think that's nice for the pot. And then let's get the rest of these, should squeeze into this bag, no problem. Otherwise, I would have definitely needed 2 bags, which is also fine. But I say, because I've already created a label for that pot, I may as well just keep it in the pot. But I think I had too many colours to be able to just use pots for everything. Okay, so 3865. And then I'm going to have to get some more bags out of my little cart that I use for all my diamond painting bits and bobs that I may need. There's a pair of scissors and a pair of tweezers and some washi tape, all that sort of stuff that I may use time to time on paintings. So what's next? 798. But the baggies that I keep in this room have all run out. Well, actually, I've got some kits here that I haven't yet tidied away. No, I don't like the quality of the bags in those. Bear with me. Okay, I have a very big bag of baggies in here with loads left to use. A lot of them are in my spare storage, of course, of which I have lots and lots of bags in that, but they do get reused. I think I'm at the point where every single bag I had has been used at some point. If I do an off the canvas item or a special diamonds item, I will tend to work from the bags when I create those. I don't tend to kit them up as such. I just tend to do one diamond at a time. Varies it up a little bit, and with the special diamonds and the off the canvas, they tend to be partials, so it's easy enough to do. And when I'm finished, I pop, you know, whatever's left into a baggie for de-kitting my special diamonds. So all of these bags have been used at some point. I think I got a pack of 1,000 at first. Now I know a couple of hundred have been given to friends or to my daughter Megan, you know, things like that. They have been given to people. But it's amazing how quick I've gone through some of them. But seeing as they cost about £3 or £4, it's not too bad. It was under a £5 for all 1,000, so I think that was money well spent. I think I've definitely got my money's worth out of that. Come on. Get the last of those in. See, look, it takes up hardly any room. So that is 798. We'll pop them away in a minute. 799. I've only got 3 bags of those left over. So we'll just cut through all of them at once. The tray's long enough to take it, and I have a canvas underneath to catch it. Baggie. I am liking this. Liking it lotses. Takes a little bit more time when kitting up, but believe me, this will be a lot quicker when it comes to refilling any of my pots when I'm done. Okay, so we've got 310. Now 310 are in these bigger bags, so I think I'm just going to tip these straight into my baggies because it is easy enough to just chop the corner off on these and then you can direct them straight into the bag. Get to take out a step. It's not worth trying to do 2 of these at once anyway, that's for definite. Still quite a bit of 310. but it is a big painting, and by working from the biggest one of these paintings to the smallest, I will actually not have any 310s on the two smaller ones, which is quite nice. I'll probably be bored of it by then. Okay, so that's 310. And then 827. 827. Cut the end off that one. I've got diamonds coming out already. And a baggie. Tappy tap. And then one more left. Last but by no means least, 797. 797. Ugh. Okay, I do have a couple of bags popping out now, but it was a lot of diamonds in this one, to be fair. But they're all about to go in the bag that they came in, so it'll be out of the way and my bin can fold back down again. I have seen pop-up bins, in fact they sell a 3-pack at IKEA that's pretty good, that you sort of twist and pop it up and pop it out, but it's this foldable bin. I love it. And I've not found another one since. So, as long as I don't lose that one, I'm all good. Okay, last bag, and then we can confirm that they all will hopefully fit into that A6 bag. Nice and dandy. We will see. Okay, label on. 797. Okay, shove all that stuff to the side. All my rubbish to the side. I will deal with all that later. Don't need that anymore. And these will actually stand up this way as well. Though I'll probably more just let them fall. In fact, yeah. It's just let them fall where they fall, because some of them are a lot fuller than others. But these definitely fit in a lot nicer. They all fit into an A6, no problems at all. And what I'm going to do, I was kind of hoping that that other storage case would work really well, because that would have been so nice to have the actual image of the diamond painting, you know, pop on the top of the case. I could just see them all lined up, kitted up with diamonds, but it's not to be. So I am going to just pop this one inside here, and that will just give me a reference as to what these spares are for, especially now that I like to kit up a few. I know exactly what the picture is. That will sit in the top of my case, but if I happen to have it on a table and it happens to fall out, they're all in one. And it will shut. And there's no tightness to that shutting. There is plenty of room in the lid for all those diamonds, even though the bag is, you know, it's puffy. It's not huge, but I think I would have struggled if I'd kept them in the bags. But out of the bags, really easy. So I have that project kitted up. That rubbish can go in recycling. Now, I do want to do a little bit to the canvas, but not a lot. So the canvas is coming in 2 sheets. So it's coming 2 sheets, but I like to, on these ones that are double-sided that come with the opaque cover, I like to fold a section back, and then I'll fold it depending on how much I think I'm going to get to do. but that is a bit too long of a strip. And I do like to work from one side to another. I always like to work on the shorter edge if it's a big painting. I find it easier for this edge to go onto my table, and I tend to roll this edge around something. I tend to use pipe lagging, but I don't have any at the moment. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this up into sections. I think I actually might, do I do it as 2s or 3s? No, I'm going to go for 2. So I'll end up with 4 sections. Because I do like to work on quite big sections. I'm not afraid of a large section, and you go by what works for you. But I'm going to use the paper on the canvas as a guide because I haven't got a ruler that's long enough to go all the way. And I'm going to lightly score it. If I try not to score my ruler, my blade is like right at the end. And this is just one of those throwaway cutting blades. And it doesn't have to be perfect, just enough to section it off. But you just need to press on it, you know, lightly but not too light. Definitely not too heavy because you don't want to cut through the canvas. And both sizes are different, but I don't mind. I don't mind the fact that they're different because I'm working from one end to the other. You know, it just doesn't really matter. As long as they are roughly the same, it should just help to keep a bit more of the painting covered. And this one's going wonky, but again, that's fine. So what I'll tend to do, depending on which side I tend to start on, is I often start on sort of a bottom corner. Now, I know some people are the opposite and think, well, you're going to get your hand on it. But I just like, you know, the going across. So I'll say to myself, okay, that section's about right. And I'll do all of that section. Then I'll move on to this section. And I'll line it up exactly the same and work on that section and work the way across. When the orientation of the paper matches the painting, then I'll quite often start here and fold it back and back and back and back and back until it's gone. But for this one, because it is 60 by 50 and I do work on a small table, I'm going to start this way. And I think I'm actually going to start on this side. The reason being is just to grab, this isn't this painting, but of course the image is the same. On this one, there's going to be more black on this side because of the tree. So I can envision it being a lot darker. To me, this is where it gets a little bit more interesting in the colours. So I think I'm going to start on this end and then move my way across. But then on the next one, I may do it the opposite way. So on the next size, I might start on this and work my way across. I'll see how I go. See, this is what you can use to help you store your paintings when they're big. Is if I turn this over, look at the back of that canvas, absolutely gorgeous. This is the actual tube that came with these paintings that stored them in it, that they were stored with. So let me find my washi tape. It's not that one. It's not that one either. Oh, it's where my brain forgets where I put stuff. Okay. So what I'm going to use, washi tape, sellotape, or all the same sort of stuff will do the same sort of thing, is I'm going to pull some sections of washi tape off. And I'm just going to stick, well that didn't stick, didn't line that up very well, did I? Well, this is quite sticky washi tape. That's good. I want the sticky stuff. I can't seem to line the washi tape up straight to the canvas, so I'm making a bit of a hash of it. But you know, washi tape is cheap enough. Let's move it around this way so you can hopefully see what I'm doing. Okay, that decided it wanted to rip off that way. So I'm just sticking this pipe to the canvas, and the canvas is currently rolling this way towards me because of course when I unboxed it I flattened it out. Okay, this stuff is really sticky and it just keeps ripping off, but that is good because I do want the canvas to stick. So some washi tape doesn't like doing this as much. This is old washi tape as well. It will peel off this foam stuff, which is why I like to use pipe lagging, because it has a split in it already, or at least it does in the UK. It has a split in it, so you just tuck the canvas into it. And I could potentially cut this with a craft knife, but we're going for other options, people. And then I'm just going to roll this over the pipe. And then I will start, it will sort of unroll itself a little bit. With pipe lagging, it's a little bit thicker, it's a little bit easier. But that will then sit on my desk out my way and I'll be working down here. And I'll keep working until it sort of goes on my lap. And then when it gets to the point it's not comfy to work, that's when I will take off this and I will switch round which way I'm doing it. And you know, once I've got to the point of say here, I will have this canvas that's not been worked on sat on my lap, and I will have the stuff that's completed with diamonds wrapped around this pipe stuff. So that's the way I like to work with it anyway. It works for me and my small little table, and enables me to get the stuff done. Though I do have a diamond table as well. Maybe I can take that over and do some of this one. We will see. Anyway, that is this one all kitted up. I hope that's been helpful to you. Any questions, do please ask them in the comments below. But don't forget to go to the website, 4kids147.com, and have a nosy at the other videos I've done on what size, and also the unboxings of these, so you can sort of get a little bit of a sneaky peek on what the canvas will look like. But thank you so much for joining me, and I'll speak to you all again soon.